ultra-low emission zone, or ULEZ. The streets of London have changed over the last few years, and for a car enthusiast like me, for the worse. There are, however, some people out there that are determined to make sure that old, charming cars live on, and this is a perfect example of that. This is Adrian's Saab 90. Welcome back to Retro Revival. I'm your host Will. Let's get into it. Adrian.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me today. Tell us what we're stood in front of.
Okay, so this is a Saab 90 from 1985, which I've had for 20 years now.
20 years. So, yeah, take us back to 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why Saab? Why the Saab 90? And yeah, why?
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's a reasonably long story. My parents had Saabs for a while. My dad had always liked them. He was going out to buy a really boring car, I think a 405 diesel or something like that, and then came back having driven past an old Saab in someone's driveway with a for sale sign, liked it, took it home, and I really enjoyed that. And that was itself a 90.
Yeah.
And when the time came to get myself a sort of first car, I thought I could do worse than an old Saab. This came up in a local paper. And I think 750 quid later, it was on the driveway.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back when you bought cars in the paper.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Sight unseen, and you had to. There's always small ads, euphemisms, I guess.
Yeah.
There's never one lady owner.
Yeah.
Good condition for year means it's an absolute dog.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But this looked very nice, and went to see it, and the guy, who is himself an enthusiast, took me for a test drive, and absolutely floored it. And I enjoyed the feeling of that.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, yeah, let's do this.
And in 20 years, what have you had to do to it? Anything?
A little bit. I mean, so the intention was never to keep it so long.
Yeah.
As always, run around, see how long it lasts, and it kept on lasting. But as ever, there's tiny things that you've got to do through it. The main thing is rust.
Yeah.
This thing has been outside for 40 years.
Yeah.
And no matter how good Swedish steel is, you're going to have a few problems. So there's, the bottom of the doors, for example, completely rotted out, so you had to put new sills on.
Yeah.
Small things just need doing. The biggest welding problem I actually had this year, when I noticed that it was not driving straight. And then I had a look underneath, and I saw the reason why it wasn't, was that part of the frame holding the wheels together had just split. And I took it to a guy whose eyebrows shot up and said, this roughly has the structural rigidity of cheese. This is what happens with sort of 40 years of repairs.
Yeah.
So a decent welding job was done.
Yeah.
The guys did brilliantly. So it should be good for a bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mainly rust.
Yeah.
Engines, as it was, gearbox, everything is as it was back in the day.
We were saying off camera that amongst the expensive cars and the supercars of London, this just looks so good, sat amongst just your average street.
It's aged incredibly well, hasn't it?
Yeah, really, really well.
I mean, I think it gets a lot more attention than, in this bit of London, there's quite a few very, very nice cars.
Yeah.
And people enjoy them, but it's odd when a Ferrari is a day-to-day sight, and something like this is pretty unusual. In fact, I think there used to be one of these in London. I think that's now being restored.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty rare.
Yeah, and there's story in the ordinary, isn't there? And I think that's why you've kept it for 20 years.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I do think, if things are working well, then why change?
Yeah.
And there's obviously far fewer of the creature comforts than you'll get in something brand new. I mean, you can see it's pretty steamed up. The heating is, slightly iffy. You've got to change stuff now and again.
Yeah.
It's very funny whenever friends try it out and they realise that here is something that weighs quite a bit and has absolutely no power steering. But I don't mind going without a few creature comforts. It's not exactly difficult.
Well, it's part of the character, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of charm.
Yes.
Yes. Which is
you
great.
see that even when you see it parked amongst other cars.
Yeah.
You can just, you kind of gravitate towards it, don't you?
Very much so, yeah. And you kind of keep on looking. It's like, okay, this is a good shape.
Yeah.
And I think it's aged very, very well.
Yes.
What's weird is that when I bought it, it was, one of the bigger cars on the road. And compared to most modern stuff, it looks pretty tiny.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, how car design has changed.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of design, it was we were just chatting about. This almost looks like a, use what's left in the fridge type of dinner car design, isn't it? It's like, what do we have lying around the factory, and can it go together?
Well, in many ways, it was.
Yeah.
So this was essentially the Saab 99. Sort of was a mainstay of the manufacturer for many, many years. And in '84, they thought it's time to call it a day. This is just a little bit too old and basic. And the story is they had loads of front panels left over. So I'm not sure if this is true or not, but it's just a great story.
Yeah.
They decided to do a run-out model, front end of the 99, back end of the 900, yoke them all together, see what happens. They advertised it as for people who thought that the 900 was a bit too complicated. And apparently in Sweden it was very much a sort of pensioners model. People in a flat cap driving at 20 kilometres under the speed limit.
Yeah.
And they certainly didn't sell many anywhere, really. Probably only, 1,500 in the UK. Yeah. So it was rare when new.
Yeah, and you say there's around 10 left?
Yeah, it fluctuates. About 9 or 10 on the road.
Yeah.
About 20 or 30 more on sawn. I've seen 2 more of these in 20 years.
Really?
So really not that many.
Even though this is quite a low spec version, you say yourself, it was more of a pensioner's car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, there's just real charm, isn't there?
Very much so, yeah.
In not trying too hard. And I think, especially the London car scene.
Yeah.
London car scene tries very hard.
Extremely hard, yeah.
So I think it's quite refreshing to have a car like this where...
Yeah, and it's I think there's something fun in simplicity.
Yeah.
Practically, it means there's fewer things to go wrong.
Yeah.
But also, even with a simple car, it did come with a heated seat, which, one day I will get working because it's never worked. But, it's got 2 litres, 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's still, very, very well built.
Yeah.
It was relatively upmarket back in the day. So I think these would have been about £7,000 new.
Yeah. What are your plans for the future with it then?
I'll keep it as long as it goes.
Yeah.
The nice thing about living in relatively central London is that you're not dependent on it to, say, go to work.
Yeah.
So it's more of a fun car. It gets used a lot.
Yeah.
Just keep it going, and have more adventures. I mean, it's one of these things that you take everywhere. I've slept in the back quite a few times. It's quite very comfortable. Sprung rear seat. If you're nowhere near a hotel, then it's not too bad. Road trips with friends, and see where it takes me.
Yeah. And one more year of ULEZ charges, and then you're free.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just praying that nobody thinks, okay, here is a nice way to get a little bit more money off people.
Yeah.
I mean, ULEZ has been pretty tricky for old cars in London, because round here used to be absolutely chock-a-block of interesting cars, and most of them have gone.
Yeah.
So you've got to be a kind of special sort of masochist to pay up. But one more year.
One more year.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
It's a good point actually, because when ULEZ came in, cars like this would have been so much more common.
Very much so, yeah.
And now that's been completely eradicated.
Yeah. And every street had its interesting low mileage, often sort of 1 or 2 owner car, and there's still a few, but it had the side effect of taking a lot of good things off the road.
Yeah, that's a real shame. But I think we should take her out and
absolutely,
see what she's like on the streets of London.
Let's do it.
Great.
Today's episode of Resto Revival is sponsored by Impossibrew.
So if you're anything like me and you like a beer but you also like your cars, you'll know that the two don't mix. That's where Impossibrew comes in.
You see, this is very clever stuff, because this non-alcoholic beer actually makes your brain think you've had 1 to 2 beers.
The special blend of nootropics and brain-altering chemicals inside this beer actually make you feel relaxed and give you that light buzz without any alcohol. So if you want to try a low-calorie, non-alcoholic beer that actually makes you feel relaxed, then give Impossible Brew a try and get a free pint on me in the description box below.
Alrighty, let's hear a roar, shall we? That's a nice little noise, isn't it? Good
It's pretty
note.
good, yeah. It's not a fully stock exhaust. But yeah, manual choke, obviously.
Yep.
It's actually very, very good fun.
Yes, there is just something really, I don't know, reassuringly honest in here, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very old-fashioned.
Yeah. It's quite nice doing it on the streets of London as well. There's something
Yeah.
very rom-com about this.
Just makes a lovely noise,
Yeah,
doesn't
it does. It feels faster than 100 horsepower as well.
Yeah, it's and I guess it's quite light. It's about 1.2 tons.
Yeah.
And it's all, a very old-fashioned carburetted engine.
Yeah. Was it the Saab 900 that Colin Firth was in Love Actually with?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. This does have you do have a bit of a
Richard Curtis vibe to the whole thing.
yeah, you're a romantic protagonist in this car.
Yeah, it's half Richard Curtis, half Withnail, frankly. But yeah, it is very London, very I'm running late for a wedding type thing.
It definitely feels like that. Yeah. I would happily be late for a wedding in a car like this.
I have used it for friends.
Have you?
Not their getaway car, but the make sure the groom gets their car.
Ah, that's excellent. Most car enthusiasts come to London and film Lamborghinis and supercars, and here we are in a 1985 Saab 90, and I wouldn't change anything.
Lamborghinis are boring compared to this kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll raise your V12 with a, with a 2 litre 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
Life just feels slower and more relaxed in a car like this, doesn't it?
It is a very relaxing place to be. And people don't get angry with you.
No. I bet you get let out of junctions very easily.
It's the bumpers again.
Yeah. I'm going to let you out before you force me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, people are generally sort of very forgiving.
Yeah.
And again, if I see someone grinning when they see it sort of drive by, or say, no, my dad had one of these, or I used to have one of these,
Yeah.
then that's quite a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And it makes everyone's day a little bit happier.
Yeah, there's many a car I filmed with where it's my mum had one of those, my dad had one of those, or yeah. I think people
Yeah.
like the nostalgia, don't they?
Very much so, yeah. And I guess people want to sort of relive their youth when they had more hair, less responsibilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely a strong nostalgia element. But also, if I see a cool car being driven down the street, I will. That will make my day a little bit brighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to have a very admirable boss who said that the correct number of cars to own is n+1, where n is the number of cars you currently own.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
And that's possibly one of the problems with living in London, is that all of the cars you see and would quite like, you can't really store them.
Yes, that is the main problem, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably quite good, otherwise I would have...
Too many.
My neighbours would loathe me.
Yeah, my neighbours get endlessly annoyed with my automotive shenanigans.
Yeah. And you know, I'm in a lucky-ish position that this is a toy as much as a tool. But you do have people who really depend on them.
Yeah.
And you can't screw them over too much.
Well, that's what I think a lot of people felt incredibly hard done by with ULEZ.
Yeah.
You know, were families on the edge of London who depended on a car simply couldn't afford
Yeah.
£12.50 a day.
Yeah, and these were people who, you know, had done the right thing.
Yeah.
Buying a diesel when government said buy a diesel.
Yeah.
And, you know, a 10-year-old diesel is not necessarily a cheap car.
No.
And then they found themselves having quite a bad time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, that was excellent.
Here we go.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Not at all. Really, really good fun.
Yeah, really good fun. I'll try not to break your window. There we go. And yeah, if you've liked today's video, give it a like and see you next time.
Thank you very much.